Now it's on a sweep. Turns it up.
Hi coaches, hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are staying healthy. This is another stay-at-home football video. This video I'm going to go through our beast power. Okay, beast is our formation where it's just direct snap. Okay, we have two types of beast formation. Okay, we have we didn't do a lot of this last season. Okay, but we'll have two wings and then we put in a running back and then we also have our other back offset to the right. Okay, if our quarterback's a decent blocker or a physical kid, we'll just keep our quarterback in and have him lead block. But if we don't have that luxury, we'll throw in our another running back or one of our better blockers. Okay, we'll come out in double tights. Okay, the line splits on this aren't good. This is the first game of the year. I believe this is 2017. I believe this kid needs to be up on the line. The stances are a little bad here. And another thing too, as I said, we have two beast formations, one where we come out with two wings, one to each side. Then we have another beast formation where we'll put two wings to one side. So we get that extra blocker. And what we do in the double wing beast, we call it, okay, we'll put literally all our 10 players away from the play side, okay? Like this year we had like almost 30 kids and they all needed 8 plays. So, we couldn't just, we needed to do more than just send a kid in here or there for a play. We needed to, crank off a couple plays, and we needed a way to get these kids on the field to get their plays done because, when you have a lot of kids like that, it's great, but at the same time, you're going to have some dead weight, and in the league we're in, there's mandatory play rules. Every kid has to play, which, is great. I agree with it, but this is just how we get our 10 players their plays, okay? So we just say gold right or gold left. Gold, we'll tell our 10 players that they're going to go to the left, so gold left to line up right. And we'll keep our best guard, our best tackle, and our best blocking tight end in, okay? And they'll always go opposite of gold. So if it's gold right, our starters go to the left. If it's gold left, we line up to the right. So you could see there's a big drop-off in talent from the back side to the front side here, okay? But when we have our full starting offense in, we'll go beast right. Okay, this is beast double wing. Okay, but we'll go beast right. We'll have this kid over here. But if we have, if we don't have a lot of kids, like in 2019, we only had like 17 kids. So we had 10, 11 less players than we did this year. Back in 2017. So there was no need for this. But the blocking concept's the same here, okay? And we're not going to pull on this because we're already bringing over extra players, so there's no reason for us to pull. So it's really not your traditional power. Well, we are kicking, but we're not going to wrap the backside guard, okay? We're not going to pull the backside guard and have him lead through, okay? We don't need to because we already have an offset back here, so he's just going to lead and act as like the pulling guard. But like I said, when these kids got to get 8 to 10 plays a game, we have to get more than one kid on the field at a time or else we'll never get the plays done. So we'll load up one side and we'll run it. We'll go real fast tempo. We'll come out of the huddle, get set, snap the ball. And if we could get 4 or 5 plays out of this, get a first down or 2, we're in great shape. So that's really our goal. Okay, but let's get into the blocking concept here. Okay, again, the stances stink. I don't really like this stance at all. Okay, his butt's way too far up. His head's looking at the ground, so that's not good. You'll see in some of the other clips from this season. I believe I have a bunch for you. I'm showing you 3, but you'll see in the other clips stances are much better because that's well into the season. This is the first game, but this kid's stance was not good all year. I don't know what it was. He was just such a good player, at times, but his stance always stunk. So that's my fault. But we got much better as the season went on. But all right, yeah. So we're gonna block this traditional power. Okay, we're gonna get a down block here. Okay. So our tight end and tackle. Okay, we're gonna double team this defensive tackle, and then we want our tight end. Okay, to combo off and get onto this backer. Okay. if this D tackle crosses the tight end, fights to his outside shoulder, okay, the guard's going to combo off on the tackle, excuse me, is going to combo off onto the linebacker instead. Okay, so you'll see we get a decent double team here, and then we get a nice, decent combo off onto the linebacker. Okay, this wingback, okay, I would like his stance up and in a little bit, because the further back he is, the harder it is to gut this kid out. So, I did choose this clip early on. It's not the best looking or the most fluent, but it's definitely important to show some of these coaching points. Okay, if you're asking this kid to kick out the stand-up defensive end, okay, he needs to cheat up and in a little bit to give himself a nice angle so he could really, gut this kid out. Aiming point is the inside hip. Okay, so we really want to hit the inside hip and gut this kid to the sidelines. Okay, so we got a double team here. We got a decent kick out here, and then he's going to lead for first linebacker that shows. Okay, so I'll run through the play, and then we'll go through some other coaching points here. Decent play there. Okay, another coaching point here too. Again, I can't tell you how important this is. This kid needs to move up. Okay. Another thing too, I would have liked to seen him step with his left foot. Okay, he's taking a false step here. This is a false step. He's not gaining any. Look at his feet. He's not gaining any ground going forward. And this was a friggin' issue all year with this kid. He was such a great blocker, one of our best players, but he would always take this false step, and it drove me absolutely insane. But, he always made up for it with great effort, and like I say, he's one of our better players, great kid to coach. So, you just deal with it and just keep hammering it, and hopefully eventually he'll get it. But yeah, this false step is not good. He's too far back, and he's taking a false step. So that's not good. He needs to, instead of stepping back with that left foot, he knows he needs to secure the inside. So he needs to step with this left foot up here, okay? So he has a better angle to gut himself. You can see he plants, then he's playing. This should have been his first step, okay? This is his third step. This is a great power step. You can see he's aiming point is the inside hip, okay? This end isn't really squeezing, okay? And we tell our kids that if we can't kick him out and he's squeezing this, okay, we just log him, which I have a video clip of us doing that on the last clip I'll show you. So we'll get into that in the next video clip I show you. But that's a great step here, okay? That should have been, again, his first step. See, if he was up here and did this step here, we would have already gutted him out and drove him to the sidelines. But the kid does a nice job, okay? His head is kind of on the wrong shoulder. I like that his head's up. He's trying to get his hands inside, okay? This hand should have been underneath inside. We kind of wanted this shoulder pad on this hip. But he does a good job of working, not giving up. And see, he's working to inside leverage, and he's doing a great job getting his butt and his back squared to the other sidelines and walling off the inside and driving him out. That is an excellent kick out block. Now, it would have been much easier, and we would have established this kick out much sooner if he was further up and he didn't take false steps. But this is a great job and great finish here. You could see he's lunging a little bit. I don't like that he's not keeping his feet under him. Okay, but that's a great effort block. Let's run that through to watch him. This is a great job. Working to get his hands inside. Good, great job too. Fighting to try to get his hands inside again. I need him a little bit lower. Okay, we need him lower. Kid's got to get a little lower, and this shoulder needs to be right here. Okay, aiming points the inside hip. We really want to root this kid out. So, but otherwise, that's a great job. Okay, so let's go. Another false step by our tight end here. Okay, you can see how, the line get off is decent, but I want you to watch the front side O-line here. Again, this is early in the season, and teams usually don't get this down until like second or third week, but we really hammer it, and eventually it clicks. And I'll show you better examples of what I'm talking about in the next few clips. But ball snapped. Their first move is what? Coming up. You see how they're kind of bent down and they're coming up. Some of that is because it's not a good stance. Okay, so it's harder to get a good get off here. But instead of stepping, we want them to step with their inside foot. Okay, because On this, we know we're blocking down, so this kid our tight end here, should have took his left foot, power step with that, because your first step has to be working towards your leverage, toward where you're going. Okay, we know we're down blocking, so we need to step with our left foot here. If we were reaching this kid, he would step with his right foot. Okay, but I want to see kids step, take these foot and step rather than just popping up. See how they're popping up? They're not moving their feet forward. We're not gaining any push. Okay? We're not stepping. We're popping up, then stepping. That's the problem. We got to step, sink our hips, and then drive through it here. Okay? But besides, this is what we call power steps. Besides poor power steps, the effort's great. Okay? And this is a great example of how if you just play with effort, and fight, even if you're a little off technique-wise, the play will do well. But let's watch this tight end here and our tackle. Okay, again, I need them step with their left foot. Okay, tackle, you got a head up. It looks like a forward technique here. Okay, he's head up on our tackle, so he would step with his right foot because he's got an overcall. But that's all right. Okay, I would like to see them get hip to hip. Okay, there is a little bit of seam where if this was a better coach D tackle or he was lower, he may have been able to split this because we have that gap. You see, like, we're not hip to hip here. Okay, if this kid defensive tackle didn't come up high and wasn't, super good, and this kid was big and physical, he may have split that or stopped it in its tracks. But, that's not too bad. We got to get hip to hip because a good player could have possibly split that double team, okay? But how many of you coaches are teaching your D tackles to split double teams? Probably very few. So, as long as we have good get off and good effort, we'll always have the play block somewhat decent. Okay, but our tight end, okay, to get the double team, they know they got the push. Okay, this tackle isn't crossing his face, so he's going to combo off onto this linebacker. And our guard, I'll go through in a second, he blocks the wrong person, okay? So we got the double team. We got the tackle moved. We're comboing off the backer. We got a good kick out. But our guard blocks him, okay? He's chasing the defender play side. Our guard, we want him, if that mic flies out, okay, he's going to work to the next linebacker, okay? So we want to combo off on, okay? We want to combo off onto here. This guard should have took this backside linebacker, okay? And that backside linebacker actually makes the tackle, I believe, too. Yeah, 22. The backside linebacker. So our right guard here, and it's hard to see because the camera's not super high up, so I apologize for that. Our home field isn't very good field for filming. But you can see here's our center. Okay, our guard should have worked right onto this kid because we're going to get a double team and combo off onto him. We're getting a kick out here, and then we have our lead blocker is going to block this out, this linebacker, okay? But, tight end does a good job of comboing off. Instead of our guard, got two guys blocking one. That's not good. He should have took this backside linebacker here. But, I can't yell at him because he has a great fire. You can't really tell, but you could see, here's our guard. You could tell that he takes a nice fire out step. You could see he's stepping, okay? He's stepping and he aggressively, blocks someone. So I can't really be mad at a guard because if you watch him, I'll run this through. Watch this guard right here. Okay, he knows, boom, I'm coming on to someone, I'm hitting, I'm driving. Look at that. I mean, that's a hell of a play by him. He just blocked the wrong guy. But how do you get mad at something like that? He is a little undersized for our line, but he is a good athlete. He's a great puller. Worked on the linebackers, great. Okay, number 11 was actually one of their better players. It may not have seemed like it on this play, but our guard did such a good job here. Okay, and then, our tight end too, he's got to stop looking, okay, this guy blocked my defender, but go block someone else. He's just standing in the way. I don't like that very much. But, man, that's even though he blocked the wrong guy, he's doing it with effort. Like we tell our kids all the time, if you're going to make a mistake, you better make it an aggressive mistake. So, he aggressively blocks the wrong guy. But, I mean, he's driving the middle linebacker 15 yards down the field. So, can you really get mad about that? But, he's got to block this backside kid. Okay, our tight end, instead of standing in the way, he should have just looked for someone else. And we probably would have scored. But I'll run this play through one more time. Good downhill run. All right, next one. Oh, this camera view is even worse. All right, a couple things here, guys. This is where we have beast right, okay, where this kid, there's no excuse for this game. This game was like 3/4 of the way through the season. But, you know, it's blocked good. It's blocked fairly well, so it's a great example. Okay, this kid needs to be up here, okay? He's in our wing back here, okay? This is definitely one of our better players, too. Good blocker, all-around good athlete, running back. You could see. It's hard to tell because, again, the camera view stinks. Okay, it's like field level. You can't really see. But this kid does a nice job. Because this end was squeezing a little bit, okay? He wasn't your true wide defensive end. So he recognized that, and he did a great job of cheating his split down and up so he could really gut this kid out. So you'll see he does a fantastic job of really kicking this kid out. But he needs to be up here more, okay? I'm not saying he has to be right on the butt either, okay? Because, you know, it's harder to get a downhill path. So by being a little further back actually allows him to navigate his path a little easier instead of running into people. But he is way too far back. This kid needs to be up here a little bit more, okay? And then the same thing with this running back. He needs to be even with the quarterback, okay? Because, you know, we want the back to be right on his butt so he can cut right off the lead blocker, okay? So he's going to block, he's going to lead, he's going to kick, okay? So I'll run the play through. It's hard to see the front side blocking, but I'm pretty sure I chose this clip because, like I said in the earlier clip, tell this kid to cheat his split in and up so he could give himself an easier kick out angle. And that's what this kid does. So that's a great example of what I said. And so here's another thing. Okay. This kid's righty. Okay. Our wingback we're looking at here. Okay. He's taken somewhat of a false step too. At least I would have liked to see him step with that left foot first rather than the right. But overall, this isn't too bad. It's what he's comfortable with. But just like in the other clip, you see how he steps, gains that inside leverage. He's on. It's hard to tell. He's on the inside hip now. He's much lower. And I want you to see him turn. I'll try to pause it. It's hard to say. It's hard to see, but you'll see him. Nah, it's really hard to see. Wish I had a better clip for you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, but here he is. Here's our wingback. You see how his butt and his back is turned towards the sidelines, okay? So he's taking inside leverage, aiming point. He's swinging his butt around and walling off the inside. So he's got full inside leverage. He's walling off the inside, and we're going to cut right inside of it. So that's a great job. You know, he cheats his split in. He does take somewhat of a false step, but at least it's a power step going forward. He's not just coming up and then stepping. He's stepping as he's getting off the ball. And you can see he gets inside leverage, guts it out, and finishes the block. Okay, so that's a heck of a job there. Okay, another thing too. Okay, we tell this kid, okay, he's gonna go in and he's gonna get the middle linebacker. He does a good job, and then he's gonna get this outside backer. So we're kicking out the D end. He has middle backer. The lead blocker has outside backer. This kid does a good job of blocking the middle linebacker on this play. Okay? But, I mean, he's hopping. I mean, this kid was hopping all year long, and it was like beyond frustrating. He would hop. That's a false step. I mean, he's not gaining any ground. The ball snapped. It's already in the hands of our running back, and he's not even out of his stance. Okay, so, you know, no hopping. He knows he's eyeing this middle linebacker, so he's going to get downhill. He's going to go inside of this kick out, and he's going to block the middle linebacker. So, obviously, no hopping. And you know what? I wanted to show some clips where it's not perfect because those are coaching points for you guys. Okay, I have a bunch of clips of this where it's flawless. I think the next one I show is really good. But, you know, it's good to show all these little mistakes that we do make. And like I said, we're 3/4 way through the season, and there's some plays this kid's hopping. this kid's not aligned. I mean, this isn't our base formation. You know, we're a wing T team. This is something we just do. You know, it's our attitude series. You know, we do run a sweep out of this too. We do run a direct snap sweep, and instead of kicking out, we hook him. So, you know, a lot of times we'll run sweep first and then set it up with power because the end will box, so that creates an easier kick out. But this is not our primary formation. You know, our wing T stuff is much crisper, much more fluent. This is something, you know, we just worked in as kind of a change up. But yeah, I mean, this kid's hopping. It's not good. You know, and our tight end too, our backside tight end, although he's the backside, and this kid's playing like the inside shoulder here. I don't know if he's in a 6 or 7. I don't know what technique he's in. I'm pretty sure he's on the inside shoulder. But you know, this kid's got a step. Oh, the backside does a good job looking to cut off. Our backside guard does a good job. Okay, he's blocking. I would like to see him block back on someone over here, but again, he's aggressively, you know, inside over frees our blocking rules on that, on our backside. So if there's no one on your inside, you block someone over. If there's no one on your inside or over free, you get onto a linebacker. Free meaning you're free to go get a linebacker. That's our terminology. But this backside tight end, okay, and even this kid, okay, this was one of our template players. But he wasn't a bad template player, but he was someone we worked in to get his plays. Okay, but this tight end was our starting split end. We just moved him down to tight end. He was a decent blocker, even though he was a little like skinny, but he was a good player. Okay, he steps with the wrong foot. Okay, he knows he has an inside defender, and again, he plays split end. Most of the time, he's split out, so he doesn't get a ton of reps here. So that's my fault. You know, we have to rep him more here. But he's got to step with his left foot. Okay, he has an inside gap defender, so he knows he's got to block down on him. So you got to step with the near foot, near shoulder, block him. Okay, his get off was good. He just stepped with the wrong foot. Because we're running inside, and this is borderline a hold. You know, when you get beat on your inside shoulder, you grab them like this, they may flag that. You know, so that's not good either. You know, when you get beat on your inside, and this is another great coaching point, guys. I mean, you always got to secure your inside gap first. You can't get, if you're a backside line or a tight end, wherever, okay, you can't let anyone beat you to your play side shoulder. I mean, you got to step and cut this kid off. Step inside and just base him. Okay, you can't let him beat on your inside shoulder, and then you can get flagged for holding. We're really lucky this wasn't holding. From this point of view, it looks like holding. And the kid's almost impacting the play. So that's how important, you know, backside steps are. All he had to do was step with his right foot and cut this kid off. Okay, so that's another coaching point. God, the more I watch this, and this is like 2017, this clip too, you know, I'm getting angry again. I remember I watched this and we watched film, and I used this play as an example. I'm so mad. But you know, the kid's effort is great. So I do get mad and upset, but as long as they play with good effort, you know, I can't really be too mad at them. So I appreciate the effort most of the kids are doing on this play. But another coaching point, and I'll move on to the next one. You know, once I get going, I just start blabbering, so I'll try to speed it along here. But this is why this kid, okay, needs to be even with the quarterback here. Okay, he's not, the ball snapped, he's not even stepping yet. So that's a problem too. And look, false step, right? Step forward. We have their kids put their feet real close together so they could explode forward downhill. When your feet are too wide, it leads to much more false steps, and it takes longer for your foot when it's wide to get to where it needs to be. So we like our feet shoulder width, keep our feet under us. So he should have, I don't care what foot he stepped forward with, but don't step back and push off. See how he steps back and pushes off? He needs to push off, step forward, because he barely gets in front of this kid. Okay, and it kind of, you know, it makes our running back, you know, alter his path, man. And if anything, if, you know, and this kid is such a good downhill player for us. This was our fullback. Kid was beast. Okay, cheat your split up. That, guys, it's it's little things like steps. You know, you could draw this up on a whiteboard. You could do whatever you want, but if the kids aren't taking the proper steps, you know, we call it power steps. Okay, if they're not taking the right leverage steps, And again, we call those power steps. That's the term we use. They're not. It's gonna screw the whole play up. We have the defense out schemed here. We're playing. We have them out physicaled here. Okay, this was a good team too. I believe we were both undefeated, or we're both 5-1 at the time. Okay, but yeah, no, I think we're both 5-1. This is a non-conference game, but they were still a good team. But the little things like a false step screws the whole play up. And just because we out leveraged them, they didn't adjust to our numbers. They stayed in their base defense, so we outnumbered them. And we played harder than them on this play, so that got us a whole bunch of yards. Imagine if we have good steps and we're doing the right steps, man. I mean, we'd have a bigger play here. I'm happy we get a whole bunch of yards here, but man, we're underachieving because we're not steps. Because of false friggin' steps. Okay, I'll run this through one more time and I'll get on to the last clip. I'm sorry, I'll try to speed this up, but it starts getting me fired up. You could tell some of the kids on the backside, we're just getting them their plays. All right, need a good one here. All right, I'll run this through once and then kids still stepping wrong. All right, I'll run this through one more time. All right, couple things here. First thing, okay, we got a wide end here. And again, when the defense doesn't adjust, you create these natural holes. So, I mean, this is just, we're going to get 5 yards on this whether we block this right or not. Solely because the defense isn't aligned properly. And some of this, guys, is because we literally line up, the ball is spotted here. We literally line up 3 yards from the ball. We break the huddle. We get down and we call the play on first down. Our snap count is red, set, go. Okay? Anytime we go beast, we call it light. We'll say, if we say lightning, that means we're breaking the huddle fast. It's basically sugar huddle. We're lining up close to the ball. We're running to the ball, getting our splits, getting down, and snapping the ball as fast as we can. That gives these kids literally no time to register what's going on or to adjust, and it doesn't allow the coaches to do that, to adjust either. And I think another video we'll do is our beast switch, okay, where we literally formation shift the beast side and we'll move it to the other side. Okay, that's for when teams overshift a lot. So that'll be a nice stay-at-home football, the next up video in this series. Nice compliment to this video. But here you can see, that's what's great about this formation. We outnumber them and we out leverage them. So we got big play regardless here. Okay, but our wingback here does a nice job securing the inside gap. He takes a nice first step and then bases this kid out. Okay, this kid was aggressively boxing up field, so we just tell him just base him and take him that way. We don't want him to whiff on this too early. Okay, because this kid was just really fast actually, and he would just come up. So we just have him base it and just take him out. So this is a great play. It's not as aggressive as we would have liked, but we told him, this kid's going to come flying upfield. Don't whiff on it because you're trying to drive him all the way over there. Just take him that way. So he takes a nice inside leverage step, secures his leverage, engages on the inside half of the defender, and he swings his butt and back towards the far sideline. So you got a nice wall off here, a nice kick out here. So that's an excellent job by this kid again. Okay. Remember this kid hopping? He doesn't really hop this time. See that first step? He's taking his left foot and stepping forward. Okay, it's better. It's not great. Okay, and his feet are too. This is what I'm talking about. It's hard to see. When your feet are too wide, okay, it takes longer if you're stepping with this foot, because when your feet are wide, you can't step forward. You're basically going to come in and then step up just because of how your body is. You're not going to get a good downhill first step because you got to wait for this foot to come here and then forward. Whereas if his feet were shoulder width, the foot could just come forward already. So that's already a false step. But it is much better. This is the game after. He's not hopping. Okay, we're telling him, I don't care what step He's lead blocking, okay? We want him to eye this middle linebacker. Okay, and if he doesn't show, we're going to work on to his safety. Okay, so he does a better job than the last clip. This was the following game, actually. Okay, so he does a nice job. He's not hopping. He saw, okay, this was good. I like this, okay? We draw this up to where we double the tackle, but sometimes defenses line up awkwardly. I mean, he's in, it's like a 2. He's head up on our guard, okay? So our guard, okay, great power step here. Okay, you can see, boom, he's getting in. Look at that power step, stepping with his inside foot. That's the same guard that went and chased the middle linebacker and drove him 15 yards down the field in the first clip. Oh, I'm sorry, he's playing our tackle. I'm sorry, I don't know why they're switched. This kid, Justin, was our tackle, and Tyler was our guard. But I don't know why they're switched at this point. Maybe there was someone... Yeah, maybe someone came out. I'm not sure. Oh, no, we have our backup center. That's why. Okay. But yeah, look at his power step. Okay, it's a decent job. See how his feet are nice and close? It's a decent stance. His back is flat. His head's up. I mean, that's a decent stance. It's not perfect, but you can tell stances are much better than that first clip. Okay, nice power step. Inside shoulder, hands inside, drive. Okay, our tight end here. He sees there's no one inside or no one over, so he's getting free. So he does a good job getting to the Mike backer. I would have liked to see him skip the Mike and get onto this kid because our wingback, our inside wing, he's eyeing the Mike. Okay, but our tight end, again, does a good job. I would have liked to see, it's a little bit of a false step here. Okay, I would have liked to see him step with this foot. But he does a great job of coming in and just basing him. Okay. And then our Mike here, not our Mike, our wing sees the Mike's being blocked, so last second he turns to hit someone else instead of looking back or wondering what to do. Okay, and you can see he's getting better at this. This was the kid I was knocking him for hopping and then stopping in the middle of the play, like in the first clip. So you could see he's getting better. So, we can coach a little bit. So, he is getting better. Okay, I see this kid. Let me just stop. He sees him a little late. He's got to learn to continue to work on to someone else. We don't never really want to block back. When we're blocking down, we never really want to stop and go back. Okay, but again, it's an aggressive mistake. We work on this all the time to tell the kids if he's not there, if the guy that you're supposed to block and we're telling you to block isn't there, continue to the next one down inside. Never block back into the play because it's going to, if he continued on to this kid and our lead blocker blocks this outside linebacker, okay, we got a touchdown here. Okay, and this little corner is not going to tackle our fullback. So, we got a touchdown here. So that's another very important coaching point, guys, is that, okay, you could draw up a play or you got film. We didn't have film on this. This is one of the few teams in like 3 years we weren't able to get film on. So we weren't really prepared for this. We didn't get the kids to practice during the game. So we had to stick to our base blocking rules, which is fine. But guys, like I said, you could draw it up on paper. You could watch film. It doesn't mean if the guy you're supposed to block is blocked by someone else or does something different or goes somewhere else where you can't block him, continue on down to the next person. He's responsible for the middle linebacker. Our tight end blocks him, so he needed to continue. So our tight end, he does a good job blocking the middle linebacker. He has great angle. He's physical with him. It's a good job, but he's got to know that we have this kid assigned for the middle linebacker, and he could base down and take this kid, okay? So don't block someone you're not supposed to because you blocked the wrong guy, and then it forces him to block the wrong guy. So we have 2 players blocking the wrong guy, and then it forces him to block the wrong guy. He blocks the wrong guy, screws up him, screws up our inside wing. He blocks the wrong guy, and then it screws up him. He's got to block someone else. But again, it's aggressive mistakes, and it's pretty much and tight end's not even out of the stance. But it's probably a 10-play player. This tight end's got to step and work on to one of these kids since they rolled the safety down. He needs to climb second level out. I don't know what he's doing here. Guard's doing a good job inside over free. But guys, if you're a tight end and the play's designed for you to block him and he doesn't, and you can't, or someone else blocks him, continue on down. Never block back into it. I can't stress how important that is. Okay, he should have just continued. Okay, he's blocked, continued on to this kid. Boom, we're going to ISO this kid, okay? We're leaving him unblocked, and we're going to block him with our lead blocker. Okay, it's like ISO, right? It's basically ISO. We're isolating this kid, and our lead blocker is going to ISO. Okay, so I like the fact that instead of stopping in the middle, he hit someone, but I would have loved to see him continue on to this kid or hit this kid, and then we would ISO him, and it would be an easy touchdown. All right, so these are, and oh my God, this is god awful. But again, he's our split end. I'm pretty sure our second tight end is in too, so we were down. We had 3 kids that could play tight end. This kid played tight end. This kid, Dave, played tight end. This was our receiver and corner. He was really good at receiver and corner. But he was kind of our last guy in here. So, yeah, we were down a couple guys on the line this game, as you could tell. But, yeah, he's got a step and cut off. All right, but I'll run this playthrough. Really underachieved on that play, guys. But, you know, I'll end it at that. I hope you guys got something out of this. Okay? Even if you're not blocking it, you know, with perfect technique, or, you know, it's not executed flawlessly, just having so many blockers at the point of attack and coming out fast and not giving the defense time to adjust will allow you to get good yardage, even if the technique is inconsistent, as you could tell by the videos I showed you. But you know, you could see, man, we're really outnumbering them. We have great blocking angles. We created 2 extra gaps for them, and they don't account for those 2 extra gaps, and that creates the holes. Okay, so you know, this is a great formation if you do run it. You know, you direct snap to your best player, put in another kid that could block, and boom, man, you just pound it down their throat. And as I said, I'll do another video where we have our B switch, where we formation shift. Okay, we shift our strength to the other side, and then we also have sweep on this too. So I have a bunch of cut-ups of that. So that'll probably be the next series, or maybe I'll do a 3-play series. The first one is our power. Second one will be our sweep, and then we'll do our B switch, we call it. Formation shift, and then we run power or sweep opposite where we lined up first. Okay, so guys, again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay healthy, guys, and I'll see you guys soon.